And then, moment of truth. I was stood outside the shop and I asked myself, do they really sell stamps?
Why don't you just go in and ask the guy?
Why didn't I just go in there and ask? You know these guys. They always have faces as long as a fiddle. So I called my mum, and she said she used to buy them from a shop in St James Street.
Oh, I know that one. That's that reddish building, right?
So what did she say?
Well, she wasn't 100% sure if she'd bought them from those shops, so she said I should come over and take some of hers. So I went in there and got Chesterfield.
I think we should head back.
Yeah, let's do that.
I think I'm gonna stay here and finish off my poem.
Is that a cheddar cheese sandwich?
Do you want some?
See ya.
Have you seen Amelia's new haircut?
Yeah. She used to have a face like the back of a bus. Now she looks like fucking Beyonce.
Have a light on.
Fun?
Lighter, do you have one? Thanks. What do we have here? Lower.
I write poetry.
Do you?
Sometimes.
Could you read something to me then?
Okay. Four external walls are made of cloth, as well as the bottom. The substance is baled for the last whistle. Everything is pure, disentangled, torn away. Even rain does no longer respond to heaven. Therefore the clouds take a deep breath and swallow the last drops that have just fallen out of them. The ones in the mid-air drop to the ground, just as the girl who is standing at the corner. The only thing that remains is the question if love is made to forget. Only Neiman knows the answer.
No. We're all drilled to function properly. If you get up, the next guy gets your seat. We, as individuals, have to just resign and accept degradation. And you know why?
Why?
Because we can't tell anyone anything anymore. Telling someone a story means that you have to say something special. Talking about experiences that no one has ever made before. But exactly that is prevented by our administered modern world. We can't make any new experiences. We're kind of filtered by the cultural schema. This amount of meaningless content did something to us. In fact, we can only fall in love the way we see it in movies. The stereotypical dress code just eats the entire individuality.
I think you exaggerate a little bit. I mean, the abundance of content means that our information and communication systems are smoother than ever. It just depends on how you use them. I mean, don't you think it's fantastic to be inspired by other people's art, to dive into a movie?
But that's exactly the point. We have to exaggerate to get people's attention. We agree more and more with this tasteless life. In the morning, we wake up to the sound of our smartphones. Then, while we're having breakfast, we read the news.
What's so bad about that?
We read the news, and we are shocked about all the chaos around us. And then we just swallow down this hypocrisy with coffee and leave the house. On the tube, or even already on the way to it, we seclude ourselves from the world with our Life Sucks playlist. And in the evening, we escape into ecstasy to forget the wrong side of the bed we got up from in the morning.
Sounds fishy.
You know what's fishy? You write poems about fish and hide so much with it. Don't you know how selfish that is?
My poetry's not about fish. You've got no idea what
Don't you think it's insanely boring only reading about people's inner conflicts all the time?
No, I don't. I think there's so much you can learn from that, relate to. What do you want to read about anyway?
I want to read about the mystery of life.
Fuck me.
About the conflicts between people and the fossilized circumstances we live in.
Look, I like writing about inner conflict. In 20 or 30 years' time, I'll be able to say these stories to my kids, you know?
Yeah, but that implies that you actually have something important to say. Otherwise, your kids are better off with just reading a fairy tale.
Well, okay. If we as individuals are as screwed as you say we are, then what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to find truth? Within myself or out in the world?
Can't put my finger on it.
What, you can't give me an answer to that question?
I could. But I think I've said enough.
So you're just gonna leave like that?
You know what? What makes the desert beautiful is that somewhere it hides a well.
What makes the desert beautiful is that somewhere it hides a well. Fuck it.